Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 159. Today's date is October 3rd, 2022, and I am Duds or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I am Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. So what have you been up to this week, Duds?
Lots of stuff.
I see.
I say lots of stuff. Mainly one thing that's consumed all of my free time for like 2 weeks now. I built a storage room on Channel 64. Didn't think it would be as complicated and complex as it was, but it's my best storage room I've ever made.
It is. I just watched it. It came out today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely all the detail and everything you put into it. Even the storage system as it is, the way it works.
Yeah.
It's like, that's really cool.
So much detail.
Yeah.
And the best part, this is what I liked. Yes, I was using Mazuma Games' storage system, but I chopped that design up and maneuvered it so many different ways to get it to work the way I wanted to. It didn't feel like I was just using a tutorial. Like, you cannot go onto his world and recreate block for block what I did without puzzle solving, which is nice because it's like you're not just copying someone, you're making it your own. And you get a little bit of pride when you're able to do that.
Yes.
I was pretty happy with that. Huge shout out goes out to Loki, though, because Loki was there for hours of the "why doesn't this work" phase, just bouncing ideas back and forth to see what we missed, what we could fix. And the big issue was I made the mistake of knowing that I only had like an hour at a time to do it. So I did it in pieces. I did one storage silo side, and then the next day I'd come and do another storage silo side, and then the next day I'd come and I had the Lightmatica model that I had rotated and cut to connect to where I needed it to. And then I would do a couple layers and then come back the next day, do a couple layers, and then come back the next day and finish it off, and then come back the final day and try to test and run it. Well, all those days where I just stopped and start, I would forget exactly where I stopped, and I would miss something like a little filter here or a certain set of shears needed to be here. It hurt testing it. Now that I've built this thing, because this was the first time building it, now that I've done it once, I'm sure I could recreate it better. Yeah, that first go was 5 or 6 hours of, what the heck is going on?
I've been there. I think we've all been there.
Yeah. One of the biggest problems with the farm was a rail connecting in the incorrect direction. I thought they had fixed that rails would go down the direction you placed them. No longer is it a directional issue. It still is for some things.
Didn't realize that.
Gotta keep an eye on that, because I had a 90-degree turn that would be powered every once in a while. And the thing is, when it powered, it would change its status and then stay in that status. It would never flip back.
Yeah, it's weird.
It broke the whole thing. And I realized that I didn't need to power it because its natural state was the direction I needed. Yeah, it was rough, but the room itself, the decorations and stuff, you mentioned detail. There's so much little detail in this room. And that's when you said that, I felt so proud, because there's not a single block of space where it's just like, oh, I phoned it in. It was well thought out to think like, this space can tie into this space, but I'm going to use a different color wood. Like, there's 2 sections where I just did a stairwell, but instead of them just being stairwells, I used 2 different kinds of woods to play with some colors. I knew what colors the Great Hall is going to be, even though I'm not more than a third of the way done with it, so I knew to stay away from those colors. My banana moon floor with the sun, I thought was awesome. That's my favorite floor, and that happened by accident.
I see it as a moon. Like, it can resemble a banana.
A banana.
I definitely see a banana.
Yeah, it's a banana, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I always feel like the storage system, your storage area, it's nice to go all out there.
Yes.
You know, if any room you're going to go all out and decorate to your fullest, put the most time into it, it's your storage, because that's where you're at most of the time. You're always going to and from there. If you're doing videos, you're recording in that room, most likely.
Well, and then you think of stuff like, what do you want in your storage room? Obviously, you need to store something. How many chests do you need? You're going to be using not grindstones, what is it? Stone cutters. You're going to need ender chests. You're going to need crafting tables. You're going to need a furnace. Are you going to need multiple furnace? Do you want an auto smelting array in there? Are you going to be able to fuel that array? These are like all the little questions that happen. What are you going to spend for bulk storage? Do you have enough room for bulk storage? I originally did have 6 bulk storage sections written down, and I only ended up going with 4 because I ran out of space. The multiple levels was what I really wanted this season. So like to input stuff into the storage system, you have to walk down a level. To access bulk storage, you have to walk upstairs to another level. The fact that you can see a minecart chest traveling back and forth in the ceiling was nice. And that came from last season Hermitcraft Etho, and his one room had items sliding on ice that you could see. And I was like, oh, it's so cool to actually watch items move around the room. And I was like, well, how can I have items move around the room that fits my room's theme design? It's like, well, this is supposed to be a cavey area, so having a minecart travel back and forth would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I always like that. The like just the activity going on. It's not much. All it is cart going back and forth, but it gives it liveliness.
Well, and see, when it's all said and done, because I obviously didn't finish the room. I got it just far enough for it to be presentable, because I had to do like the bulk storage filters and then the minecart loader.
Right.
And those are all things we've done 1,000 times. You don't need to see that on camera. I wasn't going to record doing it anyways. But when I get that done, the minecart won't be bouncing back and forth. It'll be stationed. And then, actually, no, it won't. It'll still be bouncing back and forth because of the design I used. I might want to change that. Because I like the idea of, oh, I see the minecart going. I know the storage system's done and it's moved on to the bulk storage now. That should be an easy fix, though.
Yeah.
That's just changing the loadout for the loader. Problem is, I've got such little space in that room. Like, when I go into free cam and show the behind the scenes of this room's huge. It's a massive room. And I only have about 2 blocks before I break into the Great Hall.
Yeah, you did dig out a lot.
Yeah, I think I have like 4 double chests of stone already from this build.
Good. Might need it.
Yeah.
Nice to have.
Yeah. But other than the storage room, which took up 95% of my time, I have been working on some stream assets because I do want to get back into streaming. It's just finding the correct time where I'm not exhausted from work. Like, I want to stream setting up the item filters for the storage system because it's not functional just yet. And there's a good chance I'm going to break it when doing that. And that would probably make for good content. I also want to stream my single player series. I think that's going to start out as a streaming series before I go back to making videos on it.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun. Other than that, I did a lot of house cleaning. So for those who don't know, I don't know if it's a big thing on the West Coast, but Hurricane Ian hit us dead on. Like, made a beeline right for where I live. Yeah, that was fun. But it was at the end of its trajectory, so it kind of died out.
It was dying off. Yeah.
It wasn't as bad. We didn't lose power. We didn't have a ton of... I was lucky. I didn't have a lot of tree limbs and stuff. My neighbors lost a whole tree.
Wow.
Like a whole tree got ripped out of the ground. I didn't really lose anything. We had to pick up a couple sticks from the yard, which was funny because like I had patio furniture and a grill out, and like I moved the grill, tied it down, took all the patio furniture, put it up against the house, strapped it down to make sure it wouldn't go flying through a window or something. And all we got was a bit of, I mean, it was a lot of wind, but more rain than anything.
Yeah, we got a little rain from it. That's all.
Yeah. So we went through a hurricane this weekend, which was fun to see everyone panicking and freaking out. I'm from Florida, so like I'm used to kind of dealing with hurricanes. So to have one in North Carolina and seeing how people react to it up here, like, yeah, no, that Florida man meme, that's real. Don't care. That's kind of it for my week. It was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but a lot of good stuff got done. How about you?
Well, I did not play Minecraft.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, last time I logged on, I was getting everything together to where I could record again, but I haven't. I've been working all the time.
Boo.
I did get yesterday off to go to a football game. I got tickets from work, and I know there's not many sports fans that listen to the podcast, but it was a good time.
Carl rolling his eyes right now.
Probably. He's not listening right now. I can get away with it. But yeah, professional football or in Europe, American football. But yeah, we got VIP section tickets. We got a parking pass where we could roll up right next to the stadium. And yeah, free food, drinks till the game started. Then we went to our VIP seats, which were so cool. You know, everyone, we had a good group, good fun group with us. Had a good day. I didn't wear any of the teams that were playing. I wore my team, which I got a little bit of, slack for that, but it's all good and fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl's here. Let's switch.
Run, Jimbo.
Yeah. Besides that, just been working. We've been working over so many days. Today, I actually came home and took a nap. Just something I haven't been doing. I've just been going to bed early. I'd stay up, go to bed early, just so I'm fresh for tomorrow. And now I have more energy than I should have right now. I have way too much energy.
Good, because I'm yawning like crazy.
Yes, and it doesn't faze me. Usually that's contagious. But no, I can't yawn. I'm up, ready to do the podcast, and I was going to load up Minecraft, but I had to do my notes, or my note for the show, get everything ready there. But I might jump on a little bit later. After watching your episode today, I was like, man, there's something about storage systems where I don't know. I like seeing different storage systems. It's one of my favorite things to build.
Yeah.
So seeing your storage system and the way it came out gave me ideas for mine. And I'm like, man, I want to play Minecraft. The only thing that's bad is I'm not close to that point where I can build this massive storage system.
Yeah.
I'm not in my area. I'm still at the starter place. I have work to do to get this episode out. It's kind of like that's what's dawning on me. You know what I mean? It's not a good situation to be in, but it's something you just got to power through.
Yeah, no. And you're right. If you just look at my channel, go back 2 or 3 episodes, and I literally said, I have to build this to line up to the thing I actually want to build.
Yes.
And that was the storage room. I had the storage room in my mind for months, and I knew how far I had to progress. That's why, my big window wall is nice looking, but it's not complete. I didn't do any texturing, no landscaping or anything around that. Yeah, the Great Hall looks good now, but it's only the third of the way done. It's because I did all I needed to do to get to the point where I could build this thing that's been stuck in my head for months. And you look at that storage room compared to the rest of the base, you're like, and like you said, it's so much detail. It's like, yeah, he had that idea in his head for a long time compared to everything else.
Yeah, I've been thinking about how I want to do my base, and I'm excited to get there and get started on it. I haven't even been in a creative world to really throw down blocks to see what, the design would look like or where to start from.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to do it.
And for people who want a hint of where Jimbo's base is, because it is close to me, we're not right next door. He's a couple 100 blocks away. But Jimbo's base location, if I had found it first, that would be my base location. I'd drop my location in a heartbeat for his.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. We were actually looking at your location. I was like,
yeah.
Why not build close to you because we collaborate?
Yeah, you're like, I should just be near you just because we hang out a lot.
Yeah, we collaborate a lot on videos. So I was like, yeah, I'll look for a place near here, and stumbled upon it. And I was like, whoa, check this out. And
it's a beaut.
Yeah, I'll show it here soon. I don't want to spoil anything, but see, I say soon.
No, well, you can do it at the end of an episode or something. But yeah, for you, I think you're once a month getting an episode out now because of your schedule.
I'm past a month now since my last one. Yeah, I don't like it. And I don't like it at all. But I feel like, there's so much work to be done to put out my next one. And that's, it just weighs on you.
Yeah.
You don't like that either. But I'm sure it's something we've all dealt with as a content creator. You get yourself in a situation, you're like, man, how did I get myself here? Now I have to do this. I have to, or else none of this makes sense. So.
Yeah, and it's rough when you're playing on an SMP because you don't want to let other players down too.
That too, yeah.
Especially Channel 64 because it's a very collab heavy SMP, and I feel bad that I haven't done as many collabs as some other people yet. But this past episode, I really tried to hey, someone wants to record with me? Let's go. Let's spend 20 minutes and knock out a clip. Recording with Jess was super fun. And that clip was recorded before I even started the episode. Or
yeah,
maybe I had dug out the room at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was able to work it into the episode easily. And then KC's clip. Did anyone stay for after credits to watch the KC clip?
I seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's pretty good.
That was all because of Jimbo. Because Jimbo does after credits skits, and it's hilarious, and I wanted to do it too.
Yeah, I always have pieces that just don't fit in the episode that are like bloopers that I want people to see. I'm like, this is too good to leave out. That's how it started. Now it's like, I got to throw something at if I don't have anything, I'll come up with something to throw in at the end.
Well, see, that clip was all Easter egg too.
Okay, I think I see it.
It makes no sense.
Right.
But it's all Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say how much Easter egg and where the Easter egg is or what it pertains to, but yep, it's Easter eggs.
Yeah, it was a little off,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I saw some of the joke there with the tiny heads.
That was the whole point, because I knew the first two things were so outlandish it didn't make any sense. So if I said the third thing to be outlandish, but it made sense because I showed it in this episode, people might understand, oh, these are hints.
Okay.
And if you didn't understand that those were hints, now you do.
Now you got to watch the episode again.
Yes, the whole thing again. Help me on YouTube.
You won't be able to get it unless you watch it beginning to end. Then you still might not get it, but
yeah, you won't.
But yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. Trying to,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. It's just doing it.
I want a Jimbo episode so bad.
Mm-hmm. I want a Jimbo episode. Sucks is like I was on the other end of the spectrum, where people seem to veer off and stop making content. And I'm like, man, it's a lot better if there's more people playing. And now, I'm on the other end, and it's not, I don't want to do that.
No. Well, I remember at the beginning of seasons, you would outpace me on videos. Like, you'd be putting 3 videos out a week before I could get my first one out.
Yeah, 2 a week for like the first month, usually. Because I'd be doing so much and I would record it. But there was no, I don't know, my editing improved. So I started building storylines and stuff, which made it more time consuming. There wasn't much time consumption in the beginning of my previous episodes.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get them out there,
Yeah, my last 2 episodes weren't very story intensive, but I feel like they're standard Duds episodes. And if you like a normal Duds episode, you'll like these episodes.
I liked it.
Good. It wasn't filled with time lapses or anything like that, mainly because it's very chunky. It was a chunky episode. There were lots of big jump cuts. I did a lot of replay mod when I hung out with Jess and Casey, so.
Yeah.
Do you have any hints for what your next episode could be?
It's my take on the ancient city raid.
Oh, yeah.
There's that. That was a while ago. We recorded that. I got all the footage.
Yeah. About a month ago.
And I want to do it all in replay mod. The Our Adventure.
That's going to be a lot of cutting and editing.
Yeah, but there's a way to light it up. It's hard to see in dark areas on YouTube, but there's a way with replay mod to get the lighting effect. So it'd be easier to see if I do it in replay mod. Even if I do the first person, which doesn't give you the Minecraft feel that you're running around, but it still gives you your view. So that might do something like that. I still haven't got to get into it yet, but that's another thing. I want to play, but I also have a lot of editing to do to get to the episode.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But yeah, that and I don't know. I explore my ancient ruins a little bit more.
Oh yeah. I've been to your base and I've seen the bit of work you've done. So.
Oh, you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cover that up. Whoops.
It was easy to find. It's covered up.
Okay.
Now Jimbo's freaked out.
Gotta jump on and block it off.
You have a beacon beam going through the ground.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that part.
I'm trying not to say much of anything, but
I forgot I did that.
I didn't want you freaking out. It's like you've had a giant beacon beam for a month. So.
Yeah, almost.
Okay. Should we move on to the news?
Yeah, we better.
We actually have some news. Let's start with our coverage of Minecraft Live. We will be covering the mob vote, both the official Minecraft mob vote on their special Bedrock server launcher and Minecraft.net, and then we have our own Withering mob vote on Discord. We'll open at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern Time, and 5 p.m., I think that's British Standard Time, on October 14th. So you'll be able to vote in both polls. And then we have a special episode coming. We hope to be recording our recap episode live at CubedCon shortly after Minecraft Live and uploading it to our podcast platforms as soon as we can. To catch the live stream, subscribe to us on YouTube and check out our Discord or social media info for any changes. Links are going to be in the show notes. Yeah, we're in CubedCon this year. We have a booth. Carl designed a booth.
What?
Yeah, I came and I helped a little bit. Carl, I know you're listening live. Have you been on lately to change anything, or is it still kind of where we left it?
I want to see.
You might be asleep. Nope, he's typing. Carl is awake.
He's typing in his sleep. Let's be real.
Buildings ended. I did some changes. There were a lot of people on, like yesterday. There was like 8 people on when I was working in the storage room. Jimbo, I think we have some screenshots we can send you. Oh, there you go.
Hey. That's cool. So it's on a server.
It is on a server.
Okay.
Those of you who are listening, this is in the live show chat Discord. But yeah, we're gonna be hanging out there.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully people can hop in and stop by.
Now, what if it's a bad update? We need things in there that you could possibly catch
Break.
on fire, that you could break. You know, if we're upset, we'll figure it out.
What's that sign say, Carl? Oh, on air. Yeah, it's a very cool, simple build. Like, they don't let you go very crazy with the booth build. Obviously, because you have several booths in there, you don't want to create lag. You can have a lot of players, so you got to keep it pretty simple.
Right.
And Carl did a very good job of it. I think I only came in and did a couple tweaks to it just to add some detail. But yeah, it's real cool.
I have some ideas I want to throw out there, but I can't do it on the show.
Well, I think building's done. We can't change anything now.
Oh, well, never mind.
Forget you, Jimbo.
I still like it, regardless.
Looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice something that's standing out?
In the middle?
The quartz and gray or cyan terracotta wall.
Yeah, that's your old storage design.
There you go.
I knew that.
Yes, it is. Common Craft days.
Besides the lanterns, yeah, those are new, but
yeah,
I saw that as soon as I noticed. As soon as I saw it.
Got to bring back something old, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's still a cool design, no matter how old it is.
Yeah, it's simple, it's unique. It was a good focal point. Okay, we have a Minecraft Legends clip. I shouldn't say clip, it's a video, and they're discussing some of the Minecraft vanilla mobs in their game and how they differ from our normal take on the mobs. And then they have some new mobs that they've created to help fit and fill holes in the gameplay. And I thought this was a very good video. Like, you could tell the people who designed the game do care about Minecraft, such as zombies and skeletons are out and about during the daytime. Well, skeletons and zombies don't hang out in the daytime unless they have hats on in Vanilla Minecraft, because they'll catch fire and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they have hats on all the zombies and skeletons, which is...
And they're all unique,
Mm-hmm.
which I was thinking, like, does that give them different abilities?
I don't think it does, actually.
They really didn't say.
It kind of felt like, hey, this type of mob does this, and then this type of mob, because, like, skeletons are, of course, ranged weapons, but there's another mob that's a ranged weapon. What was it? It was the plank golem, I think it was called, where it has arrows on the top of its head, and it shoots them out its nose.
Yeah.
It's the cutest mob I had ever seen, and I want one. There were some other ones that were fun.
There's a couple different golems, like the grindstone golem.
Mm-hmm.
One of the golems actually heals the units.
Yeah, it spits water out.
Yeah, when I see this, I see some of the gameplay, and they don't go into too much depth or how it's played. But I think of like Clash of Clans.
Yes.
When I'm looking at this, like you're raiding a village and you have to get a certain type of army to try to defeat it, you know, and there's strategy involved. And that's what I see, except for, like, it doesn't even look like you can control anything. You just, like, send your troops in where and, you know, what time and see if you can beat the village without doing really anything. That I could be wrong. Maybe you can control the hero as you go through.
Yeah, I think you control you.
Okay.
And you kind of ride around and place certain, I'll just say, soldiers.
Yeah.
In certain areas.
Which includes creepers.
Yep.
You could have creepers on your team.
Yep.
That was cool.
They do blow some stuff up.
Mm-hmm. See, in Clash of Clans, I'd call those wall breakers.
Mm-hmm.
Send in a wall breaker, blows up the wall so your troops can get inside.
Well, and I think one of the golems is able to punch the wall and break it and stuff like that too. What I thought was real interesting is they started designing this game before the Nether update came out.
Yeah.
So it's been in the works for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains why the piglins are obviously the bad guys in the story. Oh, some of the designs for the piglins. I mean, just big, giant brutes.
And there's also real tiny ones.
And yeah, there's little tiny ones.
They hold these big weapons that they can barely even control.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's so cool looking.
It's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, the cell shading art style, I'm not a fan of.
I kind of like it.
It feels a little too much. Yeah. Some people really like it. Some people don't.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it looks Minecrafty, but it doesn't feel as Minecrafty.
Yeah. And I think that was the point.
Yeah, you have the characters of Minecraft to let you know it's Minecraft. But besides that, you couldn't tell. Besides the blockiness, it's a completely different look.
Yeah, and I think it was done on purpose because if you look at Dungeons did the same thing. They have their own unique art style.
Right.
While still being Minecraft. So it's letting you know this is a different game. This is not a game inside a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Legend's doing. It's just like Breath of the Wild is one of those cell shaded games that is almost too cell shaded for me. It's still okay. It's still a beautiful game, but the cell shading is a bit too much. And then you look at Legends, and that cell shading is real thick. And I'm like, it's hard. Especially when you have such cute mobs you want to look at and play around with. I don't know. Right now, other than not really understanding how the game plays, the footage we have, I have no complaints other than the cell shading.
Yeah, I don't mind the cell shading.
Yeah, I'm not as hyped for Legends as I was for Dungeons, but I think it's again because I don't understand the game yet.
See, I think I'm more hyped for Legends.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I play Clash of Clans, and that's what it reminds me of.
Maybe that's it.
I think that's the only I think that's the only reason. Like I said a long time ago, I played a little bit of Diablo, but I didn't really get into the dungeon style.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Game style. It was fun, when I played it, but it's not something that, lured me to it all the time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dungeons, we have a tweet of I guess it's a preview pic. It's like an altar with a small set of flowers. It looks like a candle in a candle holder.
Yeah.
And then a scroll. I have no clue what this means, but it's a cool looking pic. And obviously Dungeons is teasing something.
It looks like it's something that could be added to the home village.
It does.
I haven't got too much into it, but it looks like something that might, I don't know. Maybe everything's unlocked already in the home village. Maybe they're still adding things. I don't know.
I don't know. See, and that's the problem. I haven't played Dungeons in a while. I just haven't had the time.
Right. Same here.
And I've been meaning to. Like, I'm considering... See, I need to get a lock for my locker at work because I want to take my Switch in and play Dungeons during lunch. Because right now, we have a TV in the break room. I'm just basically eating in 10 minutes. It's sitting there for 45 minutes watching TV, and it sucks. So bringing a Switch and playing Dungeons would be way more fun.
Yeah.
But how about some listener comments?
Before we get to that,
okay.
Another big thing that happened was the Dream face reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty big on Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's all over Twitter right now. Dream's always been a big figure in Minecraft for the past so many years. But I figure I'd mention it. I'm sure there's Dream fans out there listening.
Yeah. Honestly, I could care less.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have blown this out of proportion. Just a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point. Of course, I feel like this was a lot for publicity, obviously. The having your friends post videos of seeing you and stuff. I'm almost 95% sure everyone who plays with him for that long of time has already seen what he looks like.
Yeah, I feel like there had to have been some kind of meetup eventually.
And it feels very staged, those videos did. And honestly, it's like...
Yeah, I didn't watch any of them. I just saw his face on Twitter. I'm like, oh, it's Dream.
It's okay, it's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a cyborg, that'd be crazy. I'd watch for that.
Yeah, whoa, check it out. He's not even real. No wonder he can do all this stuff.
You had mentioned would it be bigger for me or you who are big fans of Etho and Izuma, been watching them for years. would it be a big deal for us to see them in person? And my reaction was the same. It's like, no, that's not why I watch them. I don't watch them for a chance for a face review. I watch them because they make good Minecraft content, and that's what I'd want. I'd be like, okay, nice to see you. Where's the Minecraft video?
I don't know. I'm always curious who's behind the mic.
Well, like, I don't show my face.
Yeah, what if you did a face reveal?
But here's the thing.
Like, that's a big thing.
I met and hung out with Aerington.
Right.
I'm not hiding. I just don't want to plaster my face around.
Right.
This isn't a publicity stunt or anything like that. And maybe Dream saying wasn't a publicity stunt. It was just an acceptance moment. And if that's the case, good for them. There's also a lot of hate going around for that. It's like, why? Like,
yeah.
I could get hate if you're like me and you think it was a publicity stunt. But even then, you just don't say anything about it. Like, let the dude live his life.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, good for him. He came out, did something that he was uncomfortable with. And now, I feel like now he wants to stream more. He wants to do more things showing his face, which is cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Good for him.
If the face reveal led to more content from him, then great to him, because, like, that's what the fans want. They want good, great content. So, heck yeah.
Right. But I figure I'd mention that.
But still, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we move on to...
Yeah, that's the last bit of news.
I just like Jimbo brought that up in the show meeting, and I was just like, whatever.
I was like, dude, we got to mention it. We got to say something. Yeah, I'm sure even though I mentioned it, people know.
Yeah, obviously.
If you're a Dream fan, you know already, but...
Even if you're not, because I'm not.
Right.
His face was plastered all over Twitter the last day or so.
Twitter's like, you want to follow Dream now? I'm like, no,
Yeah, still not.
Yeah, good for him, though.
Before we get into listener comments, let's go over our Spotify poll.
Okay.
And we asked you guys, do you think archaeology will come to the game? And the winner was yes in a future update with, it doesn't say how many percent. I guess we could do math.
78.
Cool. Thank you.
I did the math already.
But 15 said yes in the next update. I doubt it. I really do. Maybe I'll eat my words come 120 reveal.
I don't see it being delayed too much. Like the next 2 or 3 updates.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know, just because I see where it's going. I mean, we did the whole caving type of thing, and you feel like archaeology goes good with the Caves and Cliffs update. If it go with anything, it'd go with Caves and Cliffs, but
you'd think
they didn't give it. Yeah. So, Caves and Cliffs 3 or 4 might have it.
Yeah. I don't want to say it'll be canceled, but I've never seen anything that didn't make an update come back in another update. I'm trying to think if there ever was an instance where they were like, hey, you know what? This feature's not working. We're just not going to put it in this update. We'll bring it back later. And then later, here it is.
Yeah. There's been like votes.
Yeah, we've seen mob votes.
Right.
What was it? The disenchanting lizard.
The swamp biome.
Yeah.
We got our chest boats and frogs that didn't get voted on. I think it was Tyga won that with the foxes and berries.
It did.
So, yeah, they brought that in eventually, but it was never in an update that was taken out.
Correct. I don't know. Until I see it actually happen, I'm saying no, it's canceled, but I don't want it to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what they gave us with archaeology, I feel like there's more to it, than just like you find a pot and you decorate it.
Yes.
I feel like it's a lot more.
I feel they wanted it to be a lot more and realized they didn't have the time.
Mm-hmm. Or it's just not ready, doesn't fit, something like that.
But will it ever have the time? We don't know.
Right. It's up to Mojang.
Yeah, but this actually leads perfectly into a question from Diveclops. And they say, what do you guys think about the devs not showing much at Minecraft Live, but instead releasing secret things in snapshots? That's the way it's always been until recently. Like 1.16, we had Warped Forest and Crimson Forest, and we had Piglins. And I want to say that's all we saw.
Yeah, Bastions came later.
Yeah, I don't think we had Bastions until a couple snapshots in.
Striders came after.
Striders came after. Brutes came way after.
Yep.
Like, the Nether update had already been out, and I think we were on, like, 1.16.2.
Yeah.
And Brutes came out.
They probably thought, they had to change the bastions because they were too easy. So they needed to do it now.
Yep.
Which I thought was a good call.
Mm-hmm. Yep, brutes are terrifying when in a bastion.
Died there and lost everything. It's whatever.
It's whatever, man. Do you? Yeah, so I don't think it's that big of a change. Maybe because I've been used to seeing this since 1.9.
Yeah.
It really was just the COVID years, the Caves and Cliffs years, I guess you can say, where we got stuff that were removed afterwards. I prefer this way. I honestly don't want Mojang stressing to try to put features in that are incomplete in the game. I would rather know what I'm getting is going to work the first try. And that applies to the mob vote too. Like the LA to me is a huge disappointment. It doesn't do nearly what I thought it could do.
Yeah, it's nice getting your update and adding to it, getting more than what you see than them taking away and you getting less than what you saw.
Exactly.
It's always nice to get more, as, he put it, secrets, I guess you could say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, given to us in snapshots.
You want to read the one from Awesome Sam?
Yeah, we have one here from Awesome Sam.
Awesome.
2399. Yeah, why did I do that? Awesome.
Because I messed it up.
Yeah, you set me up for failure there.
Hey, I'm tired. You're the one that had the nap.
Yeah, I haven't yawned yet. So, Awesome 2399 says, okay, actual question in here. Jimbo and Duds, have there been a few complaints? There have been a few complaints about how there's too much of the new Minecraft soundtracks and not enough of the classic nostalgic tracks playing. And I agree, at least in Bedrock. In a theoretical situation where the new 1.16 Plus has been playing all the time, how would you go about balancing the soundtrack so that there's a mix of both? That's a tough one.
Yes, especially to two players who have music turned off.
Yeah, I don't hear it too often.
Yeah.
The mix. I mean, yeah, there's some nostalgic old school ones I prefer over other old school ones. And then there's new school ones that I prefer over other new school ones.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe if there's a menu that you can pick what songs you want and don't want.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you just go through, I want to hear this in the background. I want to hear that. Let's uncheck that one. That's the only thing I can think of.
Madden football, back in the day,
there you go,
would have that ability where you can go through the Madden soundtrack. The Madden soundtrack was huge. For every teenager playing that game, like that told you what the it songs were that year.
Right.
And you could go through and you could turn them on and off based on what you like, what you didn't like. And there was always a good array of rock music, rap music, hip hop, punk rock. It was great because you got introduced to new songs and you got to listen to songs you wanted and songs you didn't. So that honestly is a really great idea to be able to go through and choose which songs are on a playlist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a playlist.
Yeah, my YouTube videos all have the 116 Plus soundtrack in the background because that music doesn't get copyrighted as frequently as the original Minecraft soundtrack. Even though Minecraft has the clause saying that people can't do that, people still do that on YouTube. They're like, well, I took this C418 song and I made a new song based off of it. So now you're copyrighting me by playing the original C418 song. And YouTube does not understand how that's not possible to do. So they copyright your video.
And you can fight it, but it's such a headache to do that.
Yes.
When you can just remove it or not use it at all.
Exactly. That's why my music is relatively quiet and in the background. So if I were to ever get striked by using that music, I can be like, one, I can cut the music from the video and most people wouldn't know. And two, I'd be like, well, this is obviously creative because I'm talking over top of the music.
I remember when I first started making YouTube, I wanted to get some music.
You wanted AC/DC in there, didn't you?
Well, no, not quite. But that'd be nice. But I knew better. So I went onto a website where I was able to get copyrighted music, but I paid for it. And I got claims that say, I own this. I can use this freely in my videos. I didn't have to do that. There's plenty of free good music out there. But I did that for 3 songs. And I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, I got struck for it, copyright strike. And I'm like, wait a second, I have proof of this, right? And I put it out there, gave it to YouTube. Here it is. I even have the link and everything. It says, so-and-so has the rights to use this in his video. It's a song name. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they changed the name or it's something different now, but that gave it to him. Didn't really hear anything back, but I'm like, here you go. This is what I got. I'm able to use it. I used it again months later, maybe a year later. Bam, struck me again for something I have rights to, and this is, it's a headache to go through in my files, grab it, send it, give them a statement of what, hey, you already did this and I showed you this before, but here it is again. I have rights to it. And you don't get a response. You just gotta hope they take your word for it. But good thing I don't make money off of it, or else they could be taking money from that.
A lot of the musicians will give you a little thing you put in the description to help combat that. From what I heard, it works like 50% of the time. Because a lot of the time, it's some third-party person not related to anything going, that sounds familiar, copyright.
That's probably what it is.
My intro songs were from the YouTube royalty-free library, and basically every time I would finish a season, that song would now be copyrighted, and I'd have to get rid of it. So if you go back and you watch old DuDs videos, sometimes the intro music's just gone.
Right.
And it's because somebody copyrighted the music after I was using it.
And that happened to Mumbo.
Yeah.
That was huge at the time. Like,
happened to Mumbo.
Mumbo's intro was so catchy. It was just good. It was a good fit for his channel and what he does. And someone took it. They said, that's mine now. It sounds like what I do. It sounds similar. And it's only like so many seconds. And they took it. And he is a big YouTuber. He made, good amount of money, good revenue from all that. They've tried to take it. Pretty messed up.
Yeah. My safe way around it is I asked my good buddy Decoy, hey, you want to write some intro and outro music? And of course, knocks it out of the ballpark. It's the best song ever.
Yeah, I agree there.
So the music you hear now in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy.
Yep, if you don't listen to the end. Here it is.
Let's see, we have one more question from Caitlin. They say, so in Breath of the Wild, some armor have set bonuses. When you wear the whole set, you get a special ability. What if this was added to Minecraft armor? Like if you wore leather armor, maybe you could, or maybe you had longer range for projectiles because it's like an archer outfit. Maybe netherite gives you slight fire protection. What do you think? I think full netherite already gives you knockback protection.
And some fire protection. It would be, I like this idea. It would be cool if the other armors did give you something. Netherite does give you that.
We have leather keeps you from getting cold.
Yeah, in the freezing, and you can actually walk on the powdered snow. I do like the longer range. Maybe that could be a chainmail thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing for that. I mean, there's iron, gold. Gold helps with the nether, traversing the nether. Yeah, I guess we do kind of have specialties to each. Not all of them.
Yeah, they're not full-on set bonuses. Like, you don't have to wear every piece to get the features. Except for netherite. I'm pretty sure you have to be wearing all full netherite to get the knockback effect.
I'm not sure. Not too sure.
Someone can say maybe that was something that they were going to do and they took it out. Because I tried looking for it online and I didn't see anything about it.
Pretty sure there's knockback resistance.
I thought so too.
Or blast resistance? No, it's knockback resistance.
It's knockback. See, we should be on the game right now to do science and start smacking each other with swords.
Hold on, we'll be back in an hour. Just stay with us.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, we're already... Actually, we're a little late, but...
Yeah, I know. We're going to have to hurry up and get to some Mending Minecraft here soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love the idea of set bonuses. And that would be a cool thing. If people listening to this want to give your idea for what each set bonus could be, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, love to hear them.
But let's hop into Mending Minecraft because we are really low on time.
Yep, we still have a main topic, but it's nothing too extreme to cover.
Yeah, I'm thinking we move that to the post show.
We can do that.
Because it's not like a major topic. It would be worth it. Carl's typing, oh no, we're in trouble.
We're so fired.
We're so fired.
He's like, we're doing a Discord ad at the end of the show.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, okay, yeah, Carl's right. So we'll move the topic to the post show because of what Carl said.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm always right. Yeah, Carl. You guys see the sass we get? Late night Carl is very sassy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for those comments. Please submit more comments. We love answering comments on the show. We actually have a longer comment that we're saving for another episode. But those comments were from our Discord, and it's the only place where you can talk to everyone who works on the show easily. Just take Brownie Bit's word for it.
everyone! Your favorite sweet treat, Brownie Bits here, and I am a member of the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to get to know the people from the show and share cookies with your favorite like-minded Minecrafters. It's the only place to throw cakes at... submit your questions for upcoming guests and share your opinions about the game. Add brownies! Excuse me. Sugar Rush the Discord today using the link in the show notes, and I will see you there.
Thank you for the Discord ad, Brownie Bits. And speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in our Mending Minecraft vote. This week, we asked you to choose between one of 3 biomes for us to discuss and improve. Your choices were Mangrove Swamp, Windswept Forest, and Warped Forest.
And the winner of Mending Minecraft this week is... Windswept Forest. Why not? Be the hardest one to mend.
Yeah.
That's why it won. It won with 30 votes.
I agree with Jimbo. It feels like people were trying to set me up for failure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting set up for sure. The second most was 7 with Warp Forest, which is fairly new, and the newest one, Mangrove Swamp, had 2 votes. But only a few things here on the Windswept Forest. Pretty common. But the Windswept Forest is a variant of the Windswept Hills and has sparse forests of oak and spruce trees. The variant generates in areas with high humidity, which means it's usually surrounded by forested biomes like taigas and birch forests. Only a couple of uncommon blocks generate here, which are the emerald ore and infested stone. And the only unique mob that spawns in this biome are llamas. So yeah, everything else is pretty common spawn rates. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, it's a very barren biome.
Pretty rare.
Yeah, which is cool. And I wish it had some more barren things. Like if you look at windswept areas on Earth, you get a lot of trees that are bent over and only have leaves on one side, the main trunk. I think that could be a cool aesthetic where if you plant a tree in this biome, it has a 10% chance of it growing at a funny angle with no leaves on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Could be very cool.
Which means it's been windswept.
Yeah, which means it's been windswept.
Right.
The other idea I had was ambient wind noises.
I'm always down for that.
Just randomly happening. But
I didn't hear any of that.
You didn't hear any of that?
Yeah, maybe Audacity.
Carl, add wind effect.
Add wind effect. Make it sound like DuDs is a master whatever.
He just types wind. Oh, sassy Carl. But only when the player is exposed to skyblocks. So if you're inside a building or whatever, I don't want the wind noise because it doesn't make any sense for the wind noise to be there.
Yeah.
And the final thing, boulders. Every picture I saw with windswept areas, there were boulders in it. I know we have a little bit of that in the mega taiga areas with the mossy cobblestone.
Yeah.
But I want some chunky boulders to be hanging out. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, they don't even have to be mossy.
No, they don't even have to be mossy.
Just boulders in general.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
I think so. That's all I had for Mending Minecraft. Pretty simple. Like you said, it's a rare biome. Not a lot of people are building there, but I think these are some things that would allow it to stand out a bit more.
Yeah, the whole windswept concept is really cool when you run into it.
Mm.
Those kind of biomes. Because it used to be the Shattered, right?
Yes.
Now they renamed it to Windswept, but it's like a broken up landscape, and it's always cool when you run into it. It always gives you like ideas of things to build. You know, it's always a place that I wanted to build at, but I feel like the windswept biomes are pretty far from spawn point. Like they're hard to find. You just don't run into them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have much for that either. The windswept forest.
It was a rough one to really think about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's going to do it for today's show. Before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aubni, Aerington, BoboPlaysGames, FragileRock, Funkyllama, CaseyPlaysGames, Loki, Nathlech, and viperoustuna. If you too would like to get access to exclusive benefits and extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
And you can hear our topic of the mob vote.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about that in the post show. So if you're a patron,
breaking down the mystery.
Yes, we can try to solve this mystery together. We're going to go over what that video was about. But if you like the show, you can share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be. And the amazing music you hear throughout the show was created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. Should probably go drink some milk now. Bye!
See you guys.